I'm recording this in Portugal right now in one of the most beautiful train stations in the world. And I'm going to share in this video exactly how I was able to do so. I retired my 9 to 5 at age 28. Before I retired, I was making $489,000 a year. And in this video, I'm going to share exactly how I did that. And I'm going to start with talking about when I used to be an IT technician. I used to make $21 an hour, and that's about $35,000 a year. I was working 8 to 14 hours a day, and I had nothing to show for it, right? No freedom, no savings. I had no life. And this was one of the most painful parts of my life because I was working harder and harder, but my income did not reflect that. And so this was when I learned one word, and this word is going to change your life. If you understand this word and you actually apply it from this video, I promise you, I can't promise you a specific outcome, but what I will say is your life will be a little bit easier because you're climbing a different ladder where you can work less and make more money. So this one word that changed my life is called leverage, okay? Leverage just means that you can make more money while working less, okay? I was the same person, but I learned a different skill. It was a different skill set. Okay, and that's the only difference between when I was making $35,000 a year as an IT technician to working multiple contracts in cloud engineering, making $489,000 a year. Okay, so in the link there's going to be a YouTube video on the description. Talk is cheap. In that video, you're going to see how to make. There's another video of me explaining how I made $500,000 a year, but I'm sharing my screen. You're going to see my offer letters. You're going to see the actual money that hit my bank account. And you're going to see that, that $500,000 a year is actually a reality. And then you're going to see other students that actually, making the same amount. And so the skill set that I want you to understand is cloud engineering. Cloud engineering, it has a specific leverage. It's a skill set that has a lot of leverage, okay? And so, real quick, let's go ahead and get these views. Look how amazing. Those are actual tiles. Okay? But look at this. I'm trying to make this video while, trying to not be in their picture. They just came to me. That's kind of cool. But let's get back to the video. So, now I want you guys to understand, remember, leverage is just making more money and working less. And because of my cloud engineering skill set that I took time, energy, money to develop, I'm now able to make more money while working less, okay? Now, before I started learning cloud, I was researching what cloud engineering, what skill in tech has the really high leverage, okay? And so for me, that was cloud engineering when I researched it, okay? Now, I researched cloud engineering, okay? A lot of people in this industry, they're making a lot of money. They're actually able to not work 8 hours a day, and they have a lot more time freedom. They have a lot more location freedom, right? Now, I'm not working, right? I retired last year, but even when I was working, I had that location freedom to work anywhere because I was working remote. And so I want you guys to understand companies in today, right, in the age of AI, companies, right, they spent $725 billion on cloud infrastructure for AI, because AI lives in the cloud. What does that mean? It means that there's a lot more opportunities for cloud engineers. And they need people who can solve, create solutions for the problems that they have. They need people that's able to, manage the cloud servers that the AI is hosted on, okay? And so now I'm gonna show you guys some steps that's gonna help you out, actually get to that, $500,000 a year. This is the same thing that I teach my students. Now my students, they have a more detailed approach, but I'm still gonna give you guys some steps that you can apply today. Okay, so this is what I did. I Googled AWS cloud engineering remote jobs, okay? And I pulled 20 job descriptions and copied and pasted that into a Google Doc, okay? I put that Google Doc into Claude, Okay, at the time it was ChatGPT, but now Cloud is better. So I put that Google Doc into into the AI, and I asked it, what do all these jobs need? I want you to create me the experience that I need and the tools, the technology that I need to learn to be a top 1% cloud engineer. Step number 2, I build projects that solve those problems that companies have. Okay, there are literally problems that every job description has. You need to be able to solve the technical problem, and you need to be able to understand solve the business problem. There's 2 problems you need to actually solve. Step number 3, I position myself on LinkedIn so that recruiters can actually start coming to me. Okay, and so this was extremely pivotal. Pivotal. This was extremely important, right? Because I was able to actually get the experience, get the solution, right, that these companies need, right? And so they're looking for people that have these solutions, that know how to build infrastructure, that knows how to automate different processes, like using Terraform to automatically build out infrastructure, to use a CI/CD tool like Jenkins or GitLab CI to be able to automate the deployment of applications on the infrastructure, right? Set up monitoring, Grafana, Prometheus. These are different tools, right? And so I was able to learn this and actually build solutions that companies need, okay? And so once you're able to build the projects, position yourself on LinkedIn to have recruiters come to you, okay, this is going to separate you from the herd. I have a student named Stormi, no degree, no certifications at all. He still has no degree and no certifications at all. And he was able to acquire 2 different remote cloud engineer positions. On my YouTube, you're going to see a link down below. It's going to be like my Instagram, but you're going to be able to see, if you go to my Instagram and go to my Instagram highlights and scroll over, you'll see a guy named Stormi, and you'll see his offer letters. He got one for 110 and one for 190. He's making $300,000 a year. And he still has a high school diploma and no certifications. And so I want you guys to truly understand that this is what's going to separate you from the herd. If you're interested in seeing how we actually, do this step by step in detail, and you want to work with me and my team, go ahead and click the first link in the description below to apply. We don't just accept anybody in our program, but if you're interested to see, how we can help you, go ahead and apply down below. Now, this is why certifications are a trap. Okay, I've seen people with 10 certifications still stuck at that 6-figure range. They're trying to get to that 300,000, 400,000, and they don't know how, and they don't know why it's not working. Okay, a certification, it literally proves you can pass a test, but it doesn't prove that you can actually solve companies' problems. Companies, they pay for solutions, not a diploma, not a piece of paper. Okay, and so when you're on the interview and they're going to ask you, tell me a time that you've been able to automate a process using Terraform, or to be able to actually build out a CI/CD pipeline from A to Z. And you're just saying, I know what CI/CD means because you studied a test, but you don't know how to actually build solutions. This is very, very important, okay? So I want you guys to understand that you need to build projects and not just only go for certifications, okay? Certifications is only gonna take you so far. They don't actually, a lot of people think, let me study the certification. Certifications equals jobs. That's not the case, okay? And so, once you actually have the projects built, okay, once you've actually solved real problems that companies need, right, you need to be able to position yourself on LinkedIn, okay, that actually shows that you are an authority and that you can solve their problems. What's the best way to show people that you can solve their problems? By literally solving problems and showcasing that. So on LinkedIn, when you're building those projects, you want to be able to post what you're doing, okay? You can create a 2-minute video showing your CI/CD pipeline. I was able to automate, this process, right, with Jenkins, and and you can screen share your computer and show them what you did, okay? Or you can go ahead and say, hey, I was able to, use Terraform to build out this, automate this infrastructure. I built an EC2, a VPC, an RDS database, and here's my main.tf file. Okay, if you're in tech or cloud engineering, you know exactly what I mean. But if you're not in cloud engineering, you're going to be like, this guy is speaking another language. Okay, but it's very simple. You just need to actually learn the language and know how to build things with these tools, okay? And so, I want you guys to really understand what I'm saying, because I learned the hard way. I got my college degree. I got 3 certifications, A plus, Security Plus, and AWS CCP with a college degree, and I was still driving Uber Eats. Okay, this was not fun. I was making $10 an hour, and I was driving Uber Eats at 2 a.m. in the morning. And it wasn't until I learned what I'm telling you that actually made the difference. Right? This is how I was able to go from 35K to my first job as a cloud engineer, making $135,000 a year. And then because I had a lot more time, remember I was making more money and working less, I had the bandwidth to get more contracts, right? So I was able to get 2 more contracts, bringing my income to $489,000 a year. And I want you guys to not just take it from my word. In the description, you're gonna see you're gonna see a link that's a playlist. Okay, it's gonna say $100,000 to $300,000 playlist or something like that. You're gonna see the different students that's past the $500,000 range, that's at that $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year, right? And they follow the same blueprint, the blueprint that I'm telling you right now. If you want a deeper dive blueprint, I actually made a video. It's called How I Made $500,000 a Year, step by step. It's going to break down exactly what I'm telling you more detailed, and that's going to really put perspective on what's working. Let me say this: what worked for me, okay, and what did not work for me, which was the college degree, the certifications. That did not work. And the stuff that did work was solving problems, showcasing myself on LinkedIn, and an extra step was being able to clearly articulate myself on interviews and practicing communication, how I was able to build these solutions. And so if you are, like I said, interested once again in seeing if you want us to work with you and see how we can help you, go ahead and click the first link in the description below, and me and my team will reach out to you and see how we can help. Once again, we don't just accept anybody. We're looking for people that actually put in the time and energy into the program, because we're very selective. But if you're interested, go ahead and click the first link in the description below to apply. And I really want to just say, one thing. I'm not special. Honestly speaking, I'm not special. I'm not better than you. I'm not better than anybody. I'm just somebody who tried, and I saw what didn't work and I saw what did work. Okay, like look where I'm at. Well, let me show you. Look where I'm at right now. I'm 29 years old. I retired last year, August 8th, 2025. I'm not special. Okay, you already have the skills. You're probably in tech already. Okay, you just need, literally, you're smart enough. You just need the proven blueprint that actually works to actually get to what you want. It's not about how hard you work anymore. It's about working smarter. It's about learning the right skills to have a certain outcome, right? A certain outcome to live the life that you want. I didn't want to retire in my 60s. I thought that was a really big scam, okay? I saw people retiring younger than me, and I said, oh, what did they do? And then I pieced the puzzle together. And so I'm not smarter than you, right? Trust me, I'm not. I was just able to learn a skill set and apply that skill to get a certain outcome to live the life that I want. And so once again, if you're interested to see how we can help you, click the first link in the description below and apply. And me and my team will reach out to you. And click the other links. You'll see the Instagram. Go to my Instagram page. Look at all the Instagram highlights. There's back-to-back offer letters. I want you guys to see the results of what I'm saying, because talk is cheap. Don't just listen to what anybody's saying online. Actually do your due diligence and see, validate what somebody's saying. Click the YouTube playlist. Look at the different testimonials. Like really do that, because you'll see that they're all going to say the same thing. Right? They follow the blueprint, they follow my program, and now they're making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, even $500K, $1,000 a year. Okay, and it's not rocket science. It's just someone showing you what to do step by step. So once again, if you're interested in the program and seeing if me and my team can help you, go ahead and click the first thing in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.